I know people really struggle with change because it's a disruption, right? And people have emotions about change, and maybe not change so much, but about the transformation, the different parts of it. I think in the end, people typically like an end result that puts them in a different place, but it's all the emotion that comes up with, but I've made 5 spreadsheets for this, and this is how I track it. And it's like, well, now we have technology where you only have to enter the information once and it can track itself, right? And so it's really just being open to all these new ways of doing business that can help you to be more successful in your work. I think we have 5 or 6 different generations right now, some that are still in the workforce, right? We have Gen Z coming in, and then we have boomers. And so you may be working with lots of different teams. So we have to be open to difference and to change within the organization. Like some things we did learn and we're like, well, that didn't work back then, but maybe we can try it again now because times have changed. And so we can do something different now. And I just love that creativity and innovation in business processes, because I think people think it can be boring, but for me, like big systems change excites me, because if you can get it to stick, that's the other piece, right? You have to be able to make the change, but then people have to be bought in so that it sticks, and then you can see the growth and the change happen. I was working in an organization and we were looking at one of our business processes, and within that found that there were multiple ways that people were tracking the information and multiple ways that people were pulling the information from the beginning, and they were doing it different every time. So then there was a lot of duplication and a lot of repeated functions in that. And they didn't realize they were doing it right because there wasn't a written process for how to do it. So we wrote a process so that then the process could be repeated the same every single time. What the cool thing was, once we got that process created, a situation came up where they were going to have to use the process. And because we have the new process and we were able to look at the data and actually put financials to it, we were able to save almost $600,000 because we cleaned the process up and we had a nice way to do it, and we could go back and trust what we were looking at for the data that way too. So for me, it was a great example of getting a process in place, collecting the data and being able to trust the data that we collected, and then to save time and money by eliminating rework being done. And I mean, that was a lot of money. $600,000 is a lot of money. So that was a really exciting project to work on. I talk about systems change with people or data and processes, and people are like, what? But see, that's why people should hire me, is because I love to do that kind of work. And I'm good at it, and I can help you in that area if that is, if you want to focus on the hospitality and doing some other pieces of your business, I am very willing to take on those other parts that people aren't quite as excited about. So I have an expansion readiness checklist, and it's free for anybody to take. I can send it to you, or you can get it off of my website. And it really walks through different areas of your organization to kind of find out what your needs are, where your strengths are, and areas that you may want to grow. And then there's a 30-minute call that we can set up, and we can walk through that. So it's really helpful for somebody to go through that checklist on their own, and then we can talk through those answers and results afterwards.